happens to be Friday. It's already 20th of the year, not the year rather, of the month of June, and the year remains 2025. In front of the lens is Oracle Benson Pastore, the anchor for tonight at West Nile Television, and the news program that comes on your way from Mondays to Saturdays from the hour of 7 up to the hour of 8 p.m., whereby we give you a lot in what continues to transpire around the world, but basically stories that continues to break within West Nile region. Therefore, you'll have to take a look at the headlines, and then certainly I'll be bouncing back with the details of the news.
Coming up in the NILECAST news headlines tonight, women entrepreneurs in West Nile region raise concern on financial challenges. Parents in Zombo district has been towards culture and education. On primary school in Moyo with high rate of children infection. Details about this in NILECAST news.
Welcome back. We are starting the news in Arua City with the business sector. Women entrepreneurs in West Nile region have raised concerns of financial challenges. This happened during hand-holding business clinic at Muni University in Arua City with various partners and other stakeholders, inviting different women entrepreneurs across West Nile region who shared the bottlenecks that hinders their businesses, basically accessing government financial initiatives, more special Grow project. Take a look at the story.
Numerous number of women entrepreneurs across West Nile region have shared their challenges, especially in acquiring finance they continue to encounter in running their businesses. This happened during hand-holding business clinic at Muni University in Arua City with various partners such as USRB, financial institutions and other stakeholders, inviting different women entrepreneurs across West Nile region who shared their bottlenecks that hinders their businesses, basically accessing government financial initiatives. Hence, different women entrepreneurs and their leaders have expressed their concerns.
We're having this business clinic. We want to understand why women are not able to access finances, especially the Grow project and other financial institutions, what challenges they are facing. One is they are not able to access these finances because they don't have the right information. And then they also don't have the right requirements. And then they're asked to get collateral, which most women do not have. And then they don't formalize their businesses. Most women do businesses, but they don't formalize them. If you go to the market, you'll find a woman has started selling fish very many years ago, but the business is not formal. And yet this is somebody who has been in this business for a very long time. A tomato seller has been year in, year out in selling tomatoes, but the business is not formalized. So now when they want to go for money, when they want to get other opportunities, they're stuck because they don't have their businesses formalized. So those are some of the challenges we have identified. That's why we have invited URSP here to register their businesses, and also the banks to talk to them and how best we can encourage them to access these finances and to put them on the right track.
Where are the bottlenecks? What is it which is stopping us from accessing the finances that we need to make our businesses bigger? How can we come together to make sure that we meet those targets? So if other people can do it, is there anything to stop us from doing it? We can do it. I tell you, we can do it. It's a question of reorganization. So let's agree to work together on this journey that we have started. We reorganize these people of ours, and we also do what others are doing to be able to develop.
The government is not looking at the taxes they levy on us. The taxes are too high, whereby our businesses can never grow. Please take it from us that the taxes they are levying on our small businesses are killing our businesses. You people are talking money being in the banks, too much money in the bank. You just go there and pick the money, but the conditions are too bad for us. We cannot access that money because the conditions are too rigid, and because of that, I am saying that please relax some of these conditions.
You will find the refugee woman has been trained already, given the skill, but even a partner does not have a startup kit for this refugee to start this cooperative business. And even the factory itself. Much as we said they are DSLs, quite many stakeholders have formed DSLs, and these women here today doing business are also existing in these DSLs. But of course, the finances are very limited. You will find, for instance, a refugee woman saves all the members, they hold the 1,000. So when can we accumulate this 1,000 to bring us something big, for us to, loan it out and start something major?
These women have basically raised concerns on accessing Grow Fund, which is a government of Uganda project that aims at increasing access to entrepreneurial services that enable female entrepreneurs to grow their enterprises from micro to small, small to medium in targeted locations, including refugee hosting districts. Oraku Benson Pastore, compiling the story for Western Television NILECAST. Benson Pastore, compiling the story for Western Television NILECAST.
Away from that story in Arua City, now moving to Alu region, particularly in Zombo district, Dr. Amos Nyathirombo has been honored for championing fight against river blindness. He has been honored because his research has played a crucial role in the development of new treatments for the disease. This was during his Thanksgiving ceremony held today at War Okem Primary School playing ground at War Sub-County in Zombo district, where many leaders went to grace the occasion. Take a look at the story.
Dr. Amos Nyathirombo, an ophthalmologist and lecturer at Gulu University Faculty of Medicine, has made significant contributions to the fight against river blindness. Today is being honored for his work as his research has played a crucial role in the development of new treatments for the disease. During his Thanksgiving ceremony held today at Warokemo Primary School playground, Right Reverend Ponso Zola Winjo, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, said Dr. Amos Nyathirombo deserves to be honored since his work contributed to the discovery of moxidectin, a new drug approved by the US FDA for treating river blindness.
I want to thank God for today's occasion. The celebration is all about Dr. Amos Nyathirombo. Dr. Amos is one of our exceptional children of the church, of Greater Nebi, and also of the local people. A gifted, non-segregative young man. We thank him for his unreserved service to the community, to the nation, and even across the nation. He goes up to Congo. And this made me not to miss this celebration.
Honorable Simon Dujanga, former member of Parliament of Koro County and former Minister of State for Energy, said Dr. Amos Nyathirombo has trained thousands of students in ophthalmology and published numerous research papers, including one on traditional eye health practices in Greater Nebi.
In a way, we played a part through the service. We are very, very grateful. As MPs, at that time when I was an MP, the first medal which Dr. Amos Nyathirombo got was as a result of motion which Honorable Grace Pioshin moved in Parliament, and I seconded that motion for the nation to recognize the work that had been done by Dr. Amos Nyathirombo.
Honorable Pioshin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor, revealed that Dr. Amos Nyathirombo has discovered the development of moxidectin provides a new option for patients and healthcare workers, improving treatment outcomes and patient care.
I want to thank Dr. Nyathirombo for this occasion. Dr. Nyathirombo has been very dedicated in his profession. he has done many researches. Actually, in 2018, I moved a motion to pay tribute to him in the National Parliament of Uganda, because his research has contributed to elimination of river blindness. And here in our community, we know river blindness causes minu. Kawoni dong minu pe, kawoni kumdano mafot, kawoni kumdano bedongo. And so I thought it very wise that he should be recognized, because even the medicine, the innovation and invention he made was recognized in the U.S. Foods and Drug Authority. The U.S. Food and Drug Authority does not recognize any medicine anyhow. That means a lot of work was put in the invention, and a lot of sacrifice was put in the invention. And so we want to thank God for Dr. Nyathirombo. We want to thank God for his contributions. We want to thank God for his medal. We want to thank God for all even he will do in future. May God bless him.
While addressing the crowds during his Golden Thanksgiving ceremony, Dr. Amos Nyathirombo said river blindness is a parasitic disease caused by the filarial worm valvas transmitted by bear-eating black flies. He added that the disease is common in sub-Saharan Africa, including Uganda, and can lead to blindness and severe skin disease. He thanked everyone who turned up for his Thanksgiving ceremony.
It's just appreciation. When something happens to you, whether good or bad, you must give thanks to God, because everything happens for a reason. And this particular one, I'm giving thanks to God for what he has done to me. Not only about this award, but my life.
River blindness can be prevented through mass drug administration programs using medications like Mectizan to control and eliminate the disease. The Thanksgiving ceremony attracted guests from Kampala like Walter Yondi, Executive Director Bunono's Cave Tinda Kampala, Major General Dikolum, among others.
Today, thousands of people gathered in Zombo district in War Town Council to celebrate the achievements of Dr. Amos Nyathirombo towards the fight against river blindness. In his homily, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese urged other government officials at least once in a while to give thanks to the Lord for what God has done for them. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story in Zombo, now moving to Moyo district, water crisis has hit a rapid demonstration primary school in Moyo with high rate of ringworm infection among the pupils, with the school authorities threatening to close the school if the authorities in the district don't act fast to solve the matter. Okumu Dominic is behind the story.
According to the school administration, the school has been grappling with the vice since first term after the only source of water broke down, forcing them to traverse long distances in search of water that disrupts the school activities and demands some immediate interventions from the district leaders. Kareo Caroline, the head teacher at RP Demonstration Primary School, gives more details on the water crisis hitting the school.
7 class is getting their lunch in the school as well as the teachers. So with the community, we had a meeting for us to close the school because without water we cannot run activities like washing the latrine, washing the utensils, even washing hands, which promotes personal hygiene. As such, it is very difficult for us to maintain personal hygiene among the children, because the children are also coming from the community where the same problem of the water. As such, we are now experiencing ringworms in learners, and to control it, it needs water, because ringworm is one of the sickness attributed from in hygiene.
Iya Joseph, a teacher in the school, say the teachers living in the quarters have gone hungry several times due to the water crisis.
We teachers who are staying in the quarters are finding it difficult to stay in the quarter just because of the water problem. As such, cooking for us in the quarters is becoming a serious challenge, and you'll find that many teachers will sometimes go hungry because of lack of water in the quarters.
Andrew Beatrice Uduti, a parent, say their children most times go to school late due to the long distances covered in search for water that greatly affects their learning process.
Our school children used to reach late to school because early in the morning we used to send them to fetch water for bathing. Because of many people at the borehole, they tend to reach late to school.
Mali Michael, the district education officer, encouraged the community members to bear the situation as the leadership of the district works out ways to resolve the water crisis in the area, saying sending the pupils home will affect their learning process.
We think what can be best to help therapy demonstration out is to encourage the community to bear with the situation and make sure they fetch water from the nearby sources so that we don't close the school. Closing the school now becomes a big problem. As we do that, we need to be aware that crossing the road for children is not so safe. So the community, the school community should make sure the children are escorted to the nearby sources of water without causing accidents as they cross the road. Lastly, we call upon the water stakeholders to do the needful to restore the solarized water pump which is next to the health center, besides drilling a new borehole to serve the school community.
Ongereto Jessica, the chief administrative officer Moyo, calls the situation unfortunate but notes that plans are underway to resolve the crisis, with a borehole being drilled, awaiting installation, and the repair of the solar piped water system, besides engaging the National Water and Sewage Corporation to extend piped water system in the area.
It's really very unfortunate because all of us know the importance of water and health. We had a meeting with them. We agreed to drill a borehole, which I think now has been drilled, except just putting the tops, and then they'll have the water. They were also given a responsibility, which they accepted, to dig the trenches so that National Water can also do their part. For now, this may be a challenge, but I'm hopeful in the future it will improve. My request for the community, for now, let's try to do the normal things they were doing before, so that we try to catch up. We are committed. I'm going to try to get my water officer to get there so that the water is finalized and able to have water.
Previously, the community of Werepi Parish depended on a borehole and a solar piped water system which broke down, and this has put a lot of pressure on the only available borehole that is over a kilometer away, with the entire community depending on it, something that has caused untold suffering to both the school and the neighboring communities. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story in Moyo, moving back to Alur region and looking at education sector, parents in Zombo have been asked to reaffirm their commitment towards girl child education to address the high dropout rates and promote gender equality recently. A research has shown that girls in West Nile region face significant challenges, including domestic burden. Girls are often expected to perform high levels of domestic chores, interfering with their schooling. Take a look at the story being reported by Alfred Jawok.
Parents in the West Nile region are being urged to reaffirm their commitment towards girl child education to address the high dropout rates and promote
gender equality. Recently, a research has shown that girls in West Nile face significant challenges, including domestic burden. Girls are often expected to perform high levels of domestic chores, interfering with their schooling. Nearly 28% of girls who dropped out of schools cited domestic work as a reason. Alfreda Gwokoto, head teacher, St. Peter's College, where girls said many girls and their families hold beliefs that prioritize boys' education over girls. Reverend Father Gwokoto noted that about 70% of girls who dropped out of schools agreed that men should have the final say in final matters.
The girl child is the backbone of education in the society, and a well brought up girl child, woman is a mother of the nation. And from what we observe in society, the backbone of our economy is the woman, the girl child. And attention to this child is of paramount importance, so that they are helped to pursue education. Of course, I realize I've been here quite a bit of time. I realize in our region, the support toward the girl child is a little bit reduced, which is very, very bad. Because if you go into the villages and the families, what the girl child or the female folk is doing in support of the home and the life in the villages, you find the woman is contributing much more than the male child.
According to the head teacher, pregnancy is a significant reason for girls dropping out of school, with 13.1% of dropouts citing it as a reason. He urged parents to reaffirm their commitment and organize discussions on gender equality, protection of the girl child, leadership and community engagement.
Trying to mentor the girl child, I thank God for it, because also in the church you find the majority in church in prayer. And then they also the back of the church, but more importantly, they give meaning to the home. So when this girl child is educated correctly and formed well, then we have very good families, we have good organizations, we have good output in whatever this woman or girl child gets engaged in. Here we try to skill them up. We try to skill them up all round. Behavioral, academic, psychomotor, emotional intelligence, so that when they get out into the society, they are able to give good output.
There is a need to emphasize the value of girls' education and dismantle subtle forms of discrimination against girls. Schools should have adequate infrastructure, including sanitation facilities, to reduce dropout rates. Leaders should equally implement policies that encourage the retention and re-entry of pregnant girls in schools. By working together, parents, educators, and community leaders can help empower girls in West Nile to access quality education and achieve their full potential. Alfred Jawok, Camilla Stansha, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that, now moving to sports, there are so many things that continue to transpire in the world of sports, but the biggest one is the ongoing FIFA Club World Cup. So many clubs from the different continents we have in the world, they are right now participating in what we call FIFA Club World Cup, and the games still continue, and today some games we are played and others are yet to be played. Like earlier on in the wee hours of the morning, we had Atletico Madrid up against Seattle Sounders, and the Vanda Metropolitan-based club won the game by 3-1. And the game between Paris Saint-Germain and Botafogo, this game was also played in the wee hours of the morning. It ended by 1-0 in favor of Botafogo. I mean Botafogo of Brazil did edge out PSG by 1-0. As I speak right now, a game is going on in Group G between the team of Soccer Lisboa Benfica and Auckland City. 31 minutes already been played and still a barren draw. Later on at 10 p.m. East African time, 9 p.m. rather, is when Chelsea will be playing Flamengo. Actually, their former employee, I'm talking about a player in the names of Jorginho right now, is playing for Flamengo after moving recently from the team of Arsenal. That means Chelsea, of course, will be meeting their former employee, or else Jorginho will be meeting their former employers. So looking at how things also transpired yesterday, Palmeiras were 2-0 winners over Al Ahly of Egypt. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami, they come from a goal down to see that they swept aside Porto by 2-1. Earlier on, Juventus ran riot over Al Ain, beating them by 5-0. Meanwhile, for the team of Salzburg, they were 2-1 winners over the team of Pachuca. That one takes us to the games that are set to be played tomorrow, with Bayern Munich having a game up against Boca Juniors. Meanwhile, Los Angeles Galaxy, whereas LA Galaxy will have a game with Esperance. Meanwhile, for Inter Milan, they will have a date with Orawa Red Diamonds and expect a game also tomorrow in Group F between Mamelodi Sundowns up against BVB side. I am talking about Atletico de Madrid, not Atletico de Madrid. I am talking about Borussia Dortmund. Now, quickly taking a look at the transfer rumors. Chelsea are planning to hijack Newcastle's move for Brighton and the Brazil forward João Pedro, 23 years of age. Still at Chelsea, the club and England winger Noni Madueke, 23, is on the radar of a host of clubs this summer, including Arsenal moving to Anfield. Liverpool are yet to receive any bids for Uruguay striker Darwin Núñez, 25, who is the latest Premier League player to be linked with a move to Serie A champions, that's Napoli. This has been reported by Liverpool Echo. Still at Anfield, Liverpool are also keen on signing Crystal Palace's England defender Mark Guehi, 24 years of age, moving to Old Trafford. Manchester United need to significantly increase their offer for Brentford forward Brian Beo if they want to stand a chance to sign the 23-year-old Cameroon international. Moving to Nottingham Forest, the club are close to completing a €30 million deal for Botafogo's Brazilian pair Igor Jesus, 24 years of age, a striker, and defender Yair Kuna, 20 years of age. By the way, Igor Jesus was the player who scored against Paris Saint-Germain in yesterday's game in FIFA Club World Cup. Away from that, moving to Portugal, Sporting and Sweden striker Victor Gyökeres, 27, is edging closing to joining Arsenal instead of Manchester United, coming to German. Bayer Leverkusen and German forward Florian Wirtz, 22, is expected to complete his club record transfer to Liverpool on Friday. This has been reported by ESPN. Still keeping the pace within England, Brighton have received €25.6 million offer from Napoli for Denmark midfielder Matti O'Reilly, 24. This has been reported by Sky Sports. Moving to Italy, Napoli and AC Milan are interested in Liverpool and Italy forward Federico Chiesa, 27 years of age, and this has been reported by Kiss Napoli in Italian. And newly promoted Sunderland are keen on signing former Southampton defender Dudzi Kaleta-Kar from Lyon. The 28-year-old Croatian international played 13 times in English Premier League in the season of 2022-2023. This has been reported by Newcastle Chronicle. Everton have opened contract talks with England centre-back Gerard Branthwaite, 22 years of age, and has 2 years left on his current deal, but David Moyes wants to tie him down on a long term. This has been reported by Liverpool Echo. Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey, 32, is expected to leave Arsenal on 30th of June as negotiations over a new deal are at a standstill. Borussia Dortmund's English winger Jamie Gaitens, 20, is intent on joining Chelsea this summer and remains their main target in that position. This has been reported by Standard. Moving to Manchester United, the club are waiting to discover whether it will be possible to sign Bayern Munich and Portugal midfielder João Palhinha, 29, on loan after deciding not to spend big on Atalanta's Brazilian midfielder Ederson, 25 years of age, and this has been reported by Give Me Sport. Liverpool and England defender Yao Gomez, 28, is interested in Crystal Palace, Leeds United and West Ham, and the club are open to letting him go. Slovenia striker Benjamin Sesko, 22, wants a release clause in his contract if he is to join Arsenal from RB this summer, and this has been reported by the Transfer Podcast. Lastly, before I leave the studios, Napoli and Inter Milan are interested in signing 17-year-old Polish midfielder Antony Brojkovic from Rakau Czestochowa. This has been reported by Team Talk. With that, We are closing the chapter. Today happens to be Friday. That means we still have one solid day for news program at West Nile Television for this week, which is tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm trying to tell you that tomorrow you'll still be seeing me back in the studios to give you what continues to transpire both in the other sector of the news and in sports. Have the best of your moments.